Hey, good morning. It's Thursday, July 18th, and we're going to try and solve today's New York Times crossword puzzle. I'm looking at my picture here in the corner, and I look pretty haggard. I am exhausted. We had the New York Philharmonic opening night at the AMP last night, and yeah, it's been quite a week. We had a bunch of big concerts over the weekend, and I'm beat. Was thinking about going on the river today, like going floating down the Colorado River, but think I'm going to take a long nap and try and recuperate. I've got the day off and pretty excited about that. And in other news, we're on a 91-day streak, which is pretty darn good. Never, I've gotten to 138 once, and that's the only time I ever got to 100. So, yeah, here's to getting 100, I hope. What else? Anything else? I don't know. Entered a gambling pool for the golf tournament this weekend, so rooting for Oberg. And boy, I'm just grasping at straws here. I got absolutely nothing for this pre-ramble, so let's just move on. Today's puzzle is constructed by Kareem Ayas, which is not a name I recognize. And on a Thursday, especially under the Joel Fagliano reign, this could be pretty out there. This could be a pretty unusual solve. Just what my gut is telling me. I thought it was interesting. I think it was yesterday, the puzzle that had the American Sign Language clues. At first, I hate visual clues. Like I typically, that's not a cool thing in a puzzle. But I thought that was actually really good use of them. And I don't know, we should all probably be a little bit more aware of basic ASL stuff. Like, is it that hard to learn to say you're welcome? Anyways, let's solve this puzzle. Hope your week's going well. Hope your solving has been smooth. Let's do it. Indy 500 directive. Is that just like turn? Turn? That can't be. Epiphany that precedes a major change. Neon sign outside a motel. Outside a motel. A bit of roofing. It could be like an eave, perhaps. Like some mobile device purchases. In app. My dudes. Actor Omar Epps. I think what was Omar Epps' biggest role? Like, I'm thinking of him in what was it, The Program, the football movie way back in the day, but I'm sure that's not it. Sticks firmly. Sticks firmly. Clues. Name on an A Advantage credit card. What? A bit of flight info. Is that like your ETA? Maybe. I feel like then it would be abbreviated though. Cheer of encouragement. Is that like Ra? Could be Olay. Oh yeah, this looks like. Oops. These. Sirens setting. Tetanus by another name. A group of assets. Orthodontic device. I think that's a spacer. Excessive. Like overly. One on a mission. Astronaut. What's up in text shorthand? Charlottesville School. Major faults. Words of commitment. I do. Part of a neural network is a synapse. Portion. New Jersey borough known for its shopping malls. Oh, that's Paramus, right? Paramus. With a Y. Anita O'Day. That's how you spell Paramus. I don't even know why I know that. I've certainly never been to Paramus, New Jersey. A long, long way back. The green light in The Great Gatsby, for one. This is hips, right? Green light in The Great Gatsby. Generational divide is an age gap. Depositing checks with one's phone. Well, it feels like mobile banking, but that doesn't fit. Quartz-filled rock is a geode. Small change in a party parody. Many bars during happy hour. Harold who composed Over the Rainbow. Gross, like ick or ugh. Muppet with a distinctive snickering laugh. Port in Western France. Ugh. Caustic Cleaner's a lie. Carl who wrote Cosmos, Carl Sagan. So 4 minutes is pretty quick for a first pass here. And we got quite a lot filled in. There's some unusual fill. Seems pretty clear that there's something going on I haven't figured out yet with these circles. So let's keep going. Fortifies. Reinforces. First rate. Domesticated relative of the vicuña. That's got to be an alpaca. High res. Governor directive. High res. An E1 was first developed in 2003. An E1. Oh, SIG. E-SIG. Barely simmering, say. On. So an epiphany that precedes, like, I want to say this is like a come to Jesus moment. Like this is TPs. So this is like a come to a mall. Come to on low. I mean, it's not comet. Obviously, there's something going on here because this is the lead into the rest of the thing, right? Oldest major TV network in the U.S. I mean, my guess would be CBS, but NBC, ABC. This neon sign outside a motel, like, so I'm in like no vacancy. Could that be it? Let's say that's NBC. I think this is going to be no vacancy. Question that casts doubt. Say nay. Popular Italian cheese. So overly feels wrong. Italian cheese maybe like Asiago. Oh, come to Jesus moment. Wait. What? Come to something moment, right? Come to. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Classic Chrysler. Is it a K car? Is that right? Yeah, Lockjaw. K car. What is going on here? Come to. Yeah, how are you? Well, like, what? Oh, come to Jesus. Oh my God. Forgot the O. Organization that might organize a book fair is a parent teacher association. Indian flatbread is roti. Routes on a ski mountain are ski runs. I'm a big skier and I like that clue. This is what, UVA? Rough as nape. A portal represented by each pair of circled letters in the puzzle. A word. Is this flagging? No. Yeah, flagging. Losing steam. Major faults, rifts. Yeah, toga. Rifts. Enough would be stop. Winter season is Yule. Enjoy a bath is soak. Houses are abodes. What is this? Oh, eons ago. Title with a tilde is Senora. Back out unexpectedly is probably bail. What is this? Comeback. Home banking. Home banking. Figure in the Louvre's winged victory of Samothrace. Is that Nike? That's one of the coolest pieces of art I've ever seen in real life. Party. Oh, and I. Oh, this must be symbol. Oh, and wormhole. Okay. Fancy. A gift that can be annoying to others. The gift of gab. Transgress. This is rest. Transgress. Air. What name pop singer with hits such as Elastic Heart and The Greatest? This must be SIA. And this would be, what, Noisy, right? And Ernie and Yen. We're getting there. Indy 500 Directive is an oval. 500 Directive. Fortifies. I mean, this feels like no vacancy. Yes. Okay. So that one's going to connect to this one, right? No vacancy. And so these are all space things, right? Comet, Nova. So this will be a star. Start your engines. This is an odd one. Okay. But this is like steels. Roofing is a tile. My dude's bros, maybe. Name on an A Advantage credit card. Like, I don't really get what they're asking me here. Tip top ETA. Sirens setting. Group of assets are spy. Excessive to, like, or is it? Is that right? Say nay. Vote no. Asiago. Bada bing, bada boom. 11:41, pretty darn quick for a Thursday live solve. Any live solve, that's pretty quick. So wormhole. So this is kind of cool because it's like it's space themed. We've got star, comet, and nova. You go through the wormhole, and then one thing, if you guys watch this channel, you know that I hate is when we're left with nonsense. So like, oh Jesus moment, or T your engines, or Cancy. Don't love that, but I think it's a cool idea. And I love that the wormhole is actually space themed, right? Star, comet, nova. While these connectors, not so much, but I think that's pretty cool. I think it's a cool idea that was very well executed. And I love that we also get, like astronaut in here. Yeah, I mean, could have been a little tougher. There could have been some more wordplay, misdirection, punnery in the cluing. But overall, I'm not mad about it. And there's a lot of interesting, distinctive fill. I'm guessing this is the first time we've seen Paramus in a puzzle, but who knows? Let's have a look. So Indy 500 directive is start your engines. That's a good one. I like it. Come to Jesus moment. Not a super common thing to say these days, but that was like the first thing that popped into my head, and it turned out to be correct. No vacancy, same deal. Like I thought perhaps no vacancy and just had to figure out how to make it work. Tile in-app purchase. Bros, Eps, Glues, City. Name on. Oh, okay. So it's a Citibank card. I don't love that one. Yeah, I don't love that one. City Field, maybe. ETA, Olay, C is the setting for the siren. Lockjaw sounds terrible. Group of assets is a spy ring. That's a good one. I like it. And it's, that's the wordplay we're looking for here. Spacer is an orthodontic device. This is the opposite of wordplay, right? Just a very literal, like, what's the thing an orthodontist uses? A spacer. It's like, excessive 2-2. That's interesting. I'm not sure that would have made it under the Will Shortz editing era, but I like it. One on a mission as an astronaut. I mean, yeah, but like, come on, let's spice things up a little bit. Like, it's just too literal. How are you? Text shorthand is never great. University of Virginia, right? Major faults are rifts. I do synapse. Sometimes I just am not sure if all my synapses are firing, and today's probably one of those days. Are you guys sick of me presenting caveats to my solves of why I'm so dumb today? Portion is a lot. Paramus. I want to say, so there's an old SNL skit. No one's going to remember this, but Dan Aykroyd selling the Bassomatic on, like a fake infomercial kind of thing. And it was, a kitchen device specific to bass fish. And I want to say that he references in that skit that they're based out of Paramus or something like that. And honestly, that's the only connection I can make with Paramus, New Jersey. I hope that's right, because that's a real deep cut. But SNL in the mid 70s was just so funny. When I was growing up, we had like a series of VHS tapes that were, best of 1970 to 1980. And I watched those over and over, and I have seen that Bassomatic skit a lot of times. Anyways, moving on. That was eons ago, so we should stay in the present. Symbol. Another thing I hate is this floating letter. I mean, like, come on. Like, historically, that is unacceptable. I think by traditional crossword grid clue rules, that's a no-go. The green light is a symbol. Okay. Yep. All right. Age gap, home banking. Big fan of that, because it means you don't have to go to the bank. Geode, NI, noisy. Harold Arlen. Or I suppose Arlen Harold. I don't know. But I have never thought for one moment about who wrote Over the Rainbow. Ick, Ernie. I was Ernie once for Halloween, and my buddy Jay Shep was Bert. Port in Western France is Brest, Lie, Carl Sagan. Steals, as in one's nerves. Tip top, age gap, 2-2. Alpaca, high res, e-cig. Now you would just call it a jewel. Barely simmering's on low. Mall, Eppies, TPs, NBCs. Or is it? Vote no. Asiago. Come to Jesus moment. Start your engines. K-car. I mean, I've heard of this, but I don't really know the deal. Art is long. Life is short. It's pretty good. Pretty true. PTA, Roti. So I'm not really sure. Like roti comes up a fair amount in puzzles, and like I don't really know. Like, is it different than naan? I assume because it's not naan, but like naan is also Indian flatbread, right? I don't know. Roots and ski mountain are runs. Ova is the product of oogenesis, of course. Nape, hips, don't lie. Nita O'Day, wormhole. I like the concept of this, I guess, perhaps more than the execution. The execution of the theme itself is pretty good, even though it leaves us with these nonsense things and these floating letters. Um, but the concept is really good. I think that's, and I like how it changes directions. We're going this way. Now we're going this way. Flagging is losing steam. Toga is repeated in Animal House. Stop, Yule, soak, abodes, senora, cancy. Back out unexpectedly is to bail. I've done that a few times. Nike is, of course, in the winged victory of Samothrace. Samothrace. Gift of Gab. Error. SIA. Is it SIA? Do you say the letters? I don't know. Yen. Anyways, pretty good, quick, smooth solve. I mean, no real hiccups there. I thought I was going to get hung up probably more on this theme. I thought it was going to be a little more complicated. But once I figured out that we were doing wormhole stuff and just switching directions, it all kind of came together. So yeah, not bad. I would say that this was probably like a 3 out of 10 difficulty, and I don't know, maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10 enjoyability. Good, not great, but smooth. Can't complain about smooth. Uh, I wish it had been a little more clever in its cluing, but I like a lot of the fill. I think there's a lot of interesting fill there, and that counts for something. I mean, there's the fill and there's the clues, so we want them both to be good, but if one of them's good, we'll take it. Like I said, I'm taking today off. We don't have a concert. We're loading in all the lighting for the Vale Dance Festival, which begins next week. So trying to squeeze a lot in, getting all this stuff loaded in while New York Philharmonic is still in-house. So our venue is going to be just jam-packed full of stuff. I think we got like 4 or 5 more New York Philharmonic shows coming up tomorrow through, I don't know, Wednesday of next week, and then we go into dance mode. We've also got Nora Jones coming on Monday, which is going to be one of our biggest concerts of the summer and big sellout, and looking forward to that one. Never seen her live. But yeah, looking forward to a restful day. Probably going to treat myself to a nice meal and a couple cocktails later, just since I've earned it. And that's about it. Depending how tomorrow goes, I may do another live solve. It's kind of shaping up that way. So assuming that time allows, I will hopefully see you again tomorrow. Anyways, click the like button, then I know you liked it. Subscribe to the channel, then I know you really liked it. That's the ultimate compliment. Thank you. And most importantly, please join me again next time for another live solve of the New York Times crossword. Thanks. Bye.